The grouse exists in silence, not because it lacks presence, but because its survival depends on being overlooked. Across boreal forests, alpine tundra, moorlands, and cold grasslands, the grouse has evolved into a master of concealment, endurance, and seasonal rhythm. It does not dominate its environment through speed or size, but through patience, camouflage, and a deep synchronization with the land itself. Unlike migratory birds that escape harsh conditions, grouse remain. Winter does not send them away. Snow does not drive them south. Cold becomes a constant rather than a threat. Evolution favored those that could endure rather than flee, shaping a bird uniquely suited for life where resources vanish for months at a time. The body of the grouse reflects this reality. Compact, heavily feathered, built to retain heat and conserve energy. Feathers extend down the legs and even onto the toes, forming natural insulation and acting like snowshoes that distribute weight and prevent sinking into deep snow. This adaptation is not decorative, it is survival made physical. Coloration changes with the seasons. In many species, summer browns and mottled patterns blend into earth and vegetation, while winter whites erase the bird against snow-covered landscapes. Predators see movement, not form. The grouse understands this instinctively. Stillness becomes invisibility. Flight is powerful but limited. Grouse do not soar or glide for long distances. When they take off, it is explosive, sudden, loud, and brief. The goal is not escape across distance, but escape across seconds. A predator hesitates, startled by the sudden burst, and the grouse disappears again into cover. Behavior is governed by efficiency. Energy is currency. Nothing is wasted. Feeding occurs deliberately, focused on buds, leaves, seeds, berries, and in some seasons insects. Digestion is slow, adapted to extract maximum nutrients from low-quality food. Stones swallowed into the gizzard grind tough plant material, compensating for a diet that would starve less specialized birds. Social structure varies across species and seasons, but isolation is common. Outside of mating periods, grouse are often solitary or loosely associated. Competition for limited food discourages large group living. Distance equals survival. Then comes the breeding season, and the silence breaks. Males transform. Behavior shifts from concealment to display. This is the only time of year when visibility becomes acceptable risk. Courtship displays are elaborate, physical, and ritualized. Some species drum their wings, creating deep rhythmic sounds that travel through forest floors. Others inflate air sacs, fantail feathers, or perform structured dances in open spaces known as leks. These displays are not random. They are the product of sexual selection refined over generations. Strength, coordination, stamina, and timing are all evaluated by observing females. Only the most capable males reproduce, ensuring that resilience continues. Females remain cautious. After mating, they retreat into cover, selecting nesting sites that offer concealment rather than comfort. Nests are shallow depressions, lined minimally, hidden beneath vegetation. Eggs are camouflaged, blending into the ground so completely that even experienced observers struggle to see them. Incubation demands immobility. The female becomes part of the landscape. Danger is constant. Foxes, raptors, mustelids, and human disturbance all pose lethal risk. Survival depends on not being detected at all. Chicks hatch precocial, mobile, and alert. They can walk within hours. This is essential. Staying in one place is fatal. The mother leads them away, teaching feeding grounds and cover zones through movement rather than instruction. Early life is fragile. Weather alone can wipe out entire broods. Cold rain, late snow, or heat waves disrupt food availability. Mortality is high, and the species compensates not with care, but with numbers and timing. The grouse does not fight nature. It aligns with it. Habitat defines identity. Forest-dwelling species differ from tundra species not just in appearance, but in behavior, diet, and seasonal movement. Yet all share the same fundamental strategy: blend, endure, repeat. Humans often overlook grouse because they do not announce themselves. But their presence indicates ecosystem health. Where grouse thrive, vegetation cycles remain intact, predator-prey balance holds, and seasonal rhythms persist. Threats accumulate quietly. Habitat fragmentation disrupts feeding routes. Forestry practices remove cover. Climate change alters snow patterns, exposing winter white birds against dark ground. What once concealed now betrays. Still, the grouse persists. Not through adaptation at speed, but through deep-rooted evolutionary solutions tested over millennia. The land changes slowly, so does the grouse. As winter tightens its grip, the grouse enters a phase of near invisibility. Activity decreases. Movement becomes calculated. In extreme cold, some species burrow directly into snow, creating insulated chambers where temperature remains stable despite freezing air above. Snow, often seen as hostile, becomes shelter. These snow roosts reduce energy loss and hide the bird completely from predators. Entry and exit holes vanish with drifting snow, leaving no trace. This behavior reflects a deep understanding of environment encoded into instinct. Physiology supports endurance. Metabolic rates adjust downward. Fat reserves accumulated during productive seasons sustain life when food quality declines. Every adaptation aligns toward one outcome: survival without movement. Spring arrives unevenly. Melt patterns vary. Food availability fluctuates. The grouse responds locally, not globally. There is no mass migration, no coordinated departure. Each individual reacts to its immediate surroundings, a decentralized survival model that increases species resilience. Human interaction remains minimal but impactful. Grouse are hunted in some regions, managed carefully where populations are stable, restricted where they decline. Conservation success depends on habitat preservation rather than intervention. Protect the land, and the grouse manages itself. Culturally, grouse have symbolized wilderness, self-reliance, and seasonal continuity. In many northern communities, they represent sustenance without domestication, a reminder of life that exists beyond control. Climate instability poses the most complex challenge. Changing snowfall patterns disrupt camouflage timing. Earlier springs misalign breeding with food peaks. Adaptation is possible, but slow. Evolution does not sprint, yet the grouse has survived ice ages, glacial retreats, and continental shifts. Its strategy is not reaction, but persistence. It does not conquer landscapes. It becomes them. In forests where silence feels complete, in tundra where wind erases sound, the grouse remains. Unseen, unannounced, enduring. Not every survivor is loud. Some simply last.